Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Booger the DJ, only on the Deep House Space.
Introducing the Deep House Space. My name is Euphonia. Imagine yourself lost in a world of pulsing bass lines, hypnotic melodies, and infectious grooves. Welcome to your haven for deep house delights. Let's embark on the sonic journey together.
The Deep House Space. Grace upon these platforms that expose the undiscovered. As we enter, we breathe fire from the other side. Conquer and divide. By our rules they will abide. House music is in control. Now turns the tide. In our house, we are one.
Hey, this is Colleen Vision. You're listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of Deep House, baby.
gentlemen, you are now listening to Booga the DJ.
Hi, this is Floyd of Lilac Jeans.
And this is Menu of Lilac Jeans. You are now listening to the Deep House Space.
gentlemen, you are now listening to Booger the DJ. Only on the deep house space. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Booger the DJ. The deep house and you're tuned into the deep house
Yo, this is your boy Usi Black. You are now tuned into the Deep House Space. Hashtag the Deep House Space.
My name is Bongani Metomakulu. The deep house space. Grace upon these platforms that expose the undiscovered. As we enter, we breathe fire from the other side. Conquer and divide. By our rules we will abide. House music is in control. Now turns the tide. In our house, we are one. Connected with the rhythm. My name is Bongani Metomakulu. And you're tuned into the deep house space.
Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Is it still morning? No. Good day. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's after 12. This is the Deep House Space, and thank you for joining us. Any hundreds for how I sound? Am I audible? Am I good? Can everyone hear me? Okay, got some hundreds there. Okay. Your phone is back. Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. Should be a different kind of session today. But welcome to the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. The best DJ on Twitter Spaces played us some really good songs to start off today with. He played a song titled "The Blowing Wind," and this one is by Osam the Q and by himself. I didn't know that Upuga has songs. Yes, Upuga doesn't send me his songs, but anyway, he has a song. And then we went on to play Sambo SQ with Joy 10, Going in Circles. And then just before he grabbed the mic, InQ5, Busy Explore, and Syed RSA Ozagimi. Shout out to our DJ. I think there was 3 songs. Three, no? It was 3. Should have been 3. I think so. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for coming through. You know, today I even invited Asanda. So Asanda, if you don't mind grabbing the mic, if you do have time, I thought I'd add someone else to the panel. So I invited Asanda just to add a little bit more flair to the Deep House space. But before we go too far and talk to our guests, Slaga the man has already grabbed the mic. AndileAndy is already in the listener session. Let's start with Nkazizulu. Nkazizulu, mic check, mic check.
Hi Vox, hi Vuga, hi Nia. Yo, I'm so happy to be back. Last week I almost died from FOMO. I'd like to say welcome to everyone on the Deep House Space. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to everyone who's here listening. If you're here for the first time, please stick around. It's always great here on Fridays. As Upuga says, we are the pre-starters of everything. So thank you so much for joining us.
It's good to have you back. It's good to have you back indeed, Nkazizulu. Thank you for joining us and being here. Let's go to the other lady of the Deep House Space. Euphonia, mic check, mic check.
Hey, can you hear me?
Sanibonani. Oh, Asand, you can go through. It's
Sorry,
fine,
go
darling.
ahead, Chummy. Go ahead, Chummy. You go.
Sanibonani, dumelang, abusheni, ndimasiari. Hi, Vox. Every time when you're talking, ukwinyamathi udlani le mnandi kangaka, or is the deep house space that nice ukuthi yazini? Because you always do that, man. And I love it. I love it for us. Welcome to the Deep House Space, everybody. It's Katsuvala my laptop. It's that moment where we just tune in. Everything has to be slow, you know. You have to feel the beat, you have to feel the moment, you have to feel the melody, you have to feel the rhythm, and just go somewhere deep. Just be fully in with us in this moment. Welcome to the Deep House Space. Happy Friday.
Thank you so much, Euphonia. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this thing. Let's test the mic of our DJ, and then after our DJ, then I'll give the mic to Asanda because she's joining us for the very first time. But DJ, mic check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yazwakala, loud and clear. Aye, hundreds, hundreds, hundreds. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is blessed. Welcome to it, man. Welcome to the Deep House Space. You know how we always do it, man. Like always, each and every Friday, we are the pre-party start of everything. Please share the space. Please share the space. It's gonna be a wonderful one. As always, our artists are already on time. Slaga nangu khona. Andile naye ngathi ngimbonile ukhona. It's gonna be an amazing one, man. Napsoul will be joining us as well later. But yeah, man, hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is blessed. It is the Friday, you know how we always do it, man. Ngimnandi, ngimnandi. Wonke umuntu umnandi. Yeah, ayisuke the train, ayisuke. Eksempinjam, shapfere.
Thank you so much, DJ Pura, Chubby Ninja. Thank you for gracing us with amazing music that you play for us. Let's give the mic to Asanda. Asanda is joining us for the very first time, and I've asked her, as mentioned, to become a part of the panel of the Depot Space. Asanda, bottom left, please unmute your mic. Welcome to the Depot Space.
Thank you so much for having me, Voxman. Hi everyone. Hi Andile. Hi to the regulars. This is my first time here, and I am mesmerized that this thing exists. I think we need this. And my friend Timon, who's also based in the UK, often tells me about this. So I actually have been meaning to come and join even before I got your message, actually, Voxman. So really, really excited to be here. I'm actually tuning in from Durban still. I'm still here before I head back to Joburg. But yeah, really, really excited to speak. And actually, what I can see your name is Chomi here, but the lady who just spoke before me, sorry, I don't know your, I know the Volkswagen's calling you another name, but what you just said about really being present and really feeling the beat, like that just rang so true to me as I also prepping for a set here in Durban for the Durban Music Experience. So I'm going to be here tuning in, listening, chiming in here and there, and just totally in awe of all of you guys and the work that you're doing. And I can't wait for the speakers to speak as well. Thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for that wonderful intro, too. It's like you've been, it's like the deeper space has been yours. And you've been yearning, as you mentioned, to be a part of this thing. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
So just sit right there. Our proceedings are just simple, it's just easy. We play music. We also, I guess, some questions we converse regarding their music. We have few laughs there and there. A few people come for me, which is okay, which is something I can take. But yeah, that's the tip house space. And if you're in the panel, as always, if you want to grab the mic, always welcome. Do not be shy. Do not be shy at all. Let's go to our first guest. Slaga the man. Mic check.
Hey, Mr. Fox, how are you? How are you, man?
Nah, man, we good and how's you? Fit happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too, man. And I'm also doing great. Also super excited, man, to be back on the space. I think this is my second time, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nah, man, we are grateful. We are absolutely grateful. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Before you go too far and we play some of the songs that we're gonna play, there's probably people that do not know who Slaga the man is in the space right now. So before Ria Ferenja, could you just share a short summary of who Slaga the man is? This music thing, when did it start? And we'll go on and we play some music. Thank you.
Sure, man. Slaga is actually a deep house and dance music producer who was born and raised in Soshanguve. And I actually started producing at age of 12. And yeah. Basically, for a short summary, I can say, yeah, that's that. And yeah, I've worked with quite a lot of interesting individuals. Yeah. Basically, that's a short summary from my side.
Great stuff, Njai. Great stuff. We're gonna play two songs vandaag, né? Dat was I think the single that came out today, right?
I think it's last week. It's
Last
last
week,
week.
yes.
Yeah,
And
don't you?
then there's a song that came out from a compilation Yaga Deep that you're also a part
Rudy.
of.
Yes, correct. Grooving up.
Okay. I wrote
Yeah.
some last week. Just give us what did you release last week, and then our DJ Boga will be ready to play. Slaga.
No. Yeah. Last week I've actually released "Don't You Worry," featuring Ian Climax. So yeah. Basically, it's a very beautiful song. More of a inspirational song that gives people more hope, and yeah, to look forward into the next coming days, and just to never give up, yeah, maybe basically that's that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Slaga. As mentioned, Slaga is joining us for the very second time. For the very second time, yes. We've released music with him on the very first compilation, Unity Power Space, which was really dope and really amazing. Can't believe that we did that last year. And if you've never come across it, one of these days we'll play that music again. But if you go check out the Love Pack by the Deep House Space, super incredible compilation that we released. But for now, Puerto DJ, are you ready for some music?
Yes, sir. Kicking it off with the dopest guys, the producers, of course, like how we do it on the Deep House Space. Slaga, Desby, and Magnos with Waitsy. Enjoy.
Yeah, man. Wait. Baranyagarita, Maratabash. Wait.
And you're tuned into the deep house space.
Featuring this beast like a man. No, so. Baka, wait. Lejayivile monate tata, wait. Irifutumite tata, lingani tete tata, wait. Sana ako nasayana ni Tito na smela niya, wabang. Before then, or until then. But lot tanya mana tiga tata. Lifeline nigga papa. Papa papa. La japa mana tanya ti. Ti tiga. Why? 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 It's like sana ako na tanya na ni ti na smela niya na ako. Before then, or until then, But lot tanya mana tiga tata. Lifeline nigga papa. Papa papa papa. La jaiva mana tanya ti. Ili ti gat. Why? 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 It's like
And you're tuned into the deep house space, 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 space.
Shafere, it's a boy Dread 10 from HH Records, and you are now tuned in to the Deep House Space.
Yes, you tuned into the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. Our first guest is Slaga the Man. He's been a guest before on the Deep House Space, and he's starting us off today. Okay. We played a song that we weren't actually supposed to play. Apologies. Yeah, I don't know where my head was at. But that was my jam. That was me. That was me. But Slaga, tell us about Waity.
Yeah, man. So Haiti, to be honest, man, is actually a track that was inspired by our first singer, Fanaka, Mfanaga did so great, then we felt like we also need to do more of the similar sound. So it's basically inspiration from Fanaka, and yeah. So that style, man, it was actually really doing great. So we decided to actually create more of that similar sound.
No, thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. Let's give the mic to Asanda, who's joining us for the very first time, and just hear her input. Asanda, what you think of the first song by Slaga?
That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like, yeah, I'm gonna Slagger. Do you want to send me that track? Yeah, that was so good. I don't know. I just kind of went into. I think it's that I go back to that intention that was set, which was like really just let yourself be with the music, and it's so like amazing the way you've set this up, so that the speaker, someone is there actually pressing play. It's coming out of speakers, and we can still hear it that well. Like that's fucking brilliant. I'm just amazed by this whole thing that I'm in right now virtually with you guys. So just let me just continue here being gobsmacked by this.
No, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. It's welcome. Don't worry. You can be whoever you want to be here. It's a safe space. Literally, it's a safe space. Puga, are we ready to play the next song? Do we have the next song queued in? Do we have Don't You Worry queued in, my friend?
Give me one.
It's okay. Wena
Okay.
Vox. Uslaga, it's his third time today, actually, not second. But that's okay. Yes, I am keeping count, everybody. I definitely am keeping count. Uslaga is from my hood. And I love how he always incorporates Ikasi in his music vox. You know, there's just something about Uslaga. You never feel lost. You know Gutalo. Ngowakithi. Noma kanjani, you always feel that Kasi thing in his music. His music is just more than just a sound, man. It's pet. We are. I think Vox today in the morning you wrote something about um in the AM around 4 3. I don't know what I was doing up. A song isn't a song until somebody hears it. Literally, the listeners essentially complete the song, because who are you making music for? So every time I listen to Slugger's music, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually proud of where I come from because your music speaks to me. I relate, even the way a- akakuyenzi ufile ngathi hayi lezi zabobhoga zase-K1 and let me sit this one out. No, you literally are what Slugger makes. You feel one with. It's as if bohleli naye studio and say, no man, faka lokhu. Yeah, no, this sounds perfect. Actually, let's add this. You know what? I love Slugger so much, Renovux. I love. I don't want it to go on set. I love it.
Yeah, no, we can see that you were in love with Slaga. We can see Euphony and Dala, and you've been waiting to come back. And I like the energy. Actually, I haven't heard you on the Deep Space in a while. Thank you for being back and bringing this amazing energy. Boa has on cue. Boga has on cue the next song by Slugger Man. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the Deep Space. Our first guest today, Slugger the Man. Next week. We already have guests for next week. Next week we'll have Divine Maestro. Let's see. We'll have Divine Maestro. We'll have Uncle Melo, and we'll have the Soulfulists. So that's lineup for next week at 12 p.m. on Fridays. That's the Deep Space. Boga, shine go on for it.
Ululu, up next, Slaga, Iron Climax, Don't You Worry. Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. This is Ecopulsive, the elephant in the room, and you are tuned in to the Deep House Space.
Hi, this is Nkazi Zulu the Force. You are currently tuned into the Deep House space. Please do share the space, invite others, and get ready for amazing music and great conversations.
Yes, for great music and great conversations, tune into the space. And thank you so much for joining us and being here. The song I just played now is a release by Slaga the Man. Recent release, Don't You Worry. And this one he has Ian Climax. Go check it out. Came out literally on the 4th of July. So if you haven't heard it or this was your first time hearing it today, go listen it to again. You should definitely enjoy it. Let's give the mic to Nkazi Zulu. Nkazi Zulu, don't you worry.
Okay, before I get to Don't You Worry, I would like to say thank you, Vox, for inviting Asanda. I'm a big fan of her work. I'm a big fan of her contribution
No
towards the deep
ways.
house scene. So it's really an honor to
No
have her here.
ways.
No, for sure, for sure,
No
for real.
ways. I'm trying to find you on Instagram. I'm like, who are these women? I haven't seen them. I haven't met them. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is amazing. Thank you so much.
But yeah, no, it's an honor. It's an honor. Your work is amazing. Okay, about the song, I'm so hurt that I missed the song when it dropped because it's like, when someone says a balanced diet, it's like a balanced song. It's got beautiful vocals, there's those birds chirping in the background, there's a little bit of jazz. Yeah, very soothing song. And yeah, I'm glad to have heard it here first on the Deep House Space.
Thank you so much, Nkazi Zulu. Let's give the mic to Asanda, and then we'll go back to you. For now, your phone is happy today. Asanda, thoughts on Don't You Worry?
I really like it. I'm just now hearing that it's just recently come out. It slipped under my radar because I don't have the radio show, so I'm not able to keep as close track to what's coming out when. But now that I'm so thankful that I'm getting to hear them here with you all. It's like a listening party. I really love this track. It felt like I was on a beach somewhere, Maybe it's the Durban vibes. I don't know, but it felt like, oh man, this is like proper kind of groovy vibes. So yeah, really love this track. Actually, I'm loving them all, and I loved what Yuffie said about like really loving how much he includes Kazi sounds in his sound. I can also hear that, and just the enthusiasm and the love for you both coming from the same town. I was asking, I don't know if I'm doing this the right way, but when I want to say something, I've been commenting as a thread, so maybe it's not coming through, but I'll ask it here. Where are you guys from?
We're from Soshanguve, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love it. Where is that though? You're
It's
speaking
in
to.
Pretoria.
Ah, okay, cool. So you guys are in Pretoria, so I can come and actually meet you guys. I'm gonna be back then.
As you should, as
I'm
you
gonna.
should.
Okay. Right, separate conversation. Sorry. Yeah, I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Asanda. In actual fact, I think I sent the voice note, I think a day ago. So I didn't actually tell the team. So Asanda, so who we have Euphonia and Rala, with the cartoon character with the glasses, right? We have Nkazi Zulu in the black and white IV. And then
Yeah.
you have our DJ, Bugatti DJ. So that's our panel, our frequent daily panel. There's other
Bongani
people that
DJ.
join us.
Sorry, Voxman.
Yeah.
Bongani DJ is in Bongani, not Bongani Mehlamakuluna.
No. Not Bongani Veslomakul. It's Bugatti DJ. Bugatti DJ.
Sorry, I thought you said Bongani. I was like, oh, it's so cool that they got this ad lib. That's so fucking cool, man.
One of these days, we'll invite Bongane Mehlumakulu to come and join us, and you'll get to talk to him too. So that's the
Right, yeah.
that's the team itself there.
Awesome. Now I'm properly familiarized with who everyone is. That's so cool.
But the DJ is also somewhere in the Highveld meaning Gautengeleng. Kazizulu is also somewhere in South Africa. And I'm in the Western Cape. I'm in the Western Cape.
Yeah, I saw that. You're in Cape Town. I'm gonna be seeing you soon too.
I believe you're playing at altitude,
Yeah,
so no,
I'll be seeing
definitely pull
you.
up.
No, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you anyways.
Okay, let's go back to the song at hand that you just played by Slaga. Slanga, Skawarancha, all this beautiful mayhem that's happening in spacing. We have a new speaker, so it's might take a little bit of time to get her used to it. But Slagancha, how's the release been? Reception from people?
And the release, to be honest, man, it's been extremely wonderful, man. Like I said, don't you worry, man. It's basically an uplifting anthem, you know. It's like it basically delivers a message of hope, reassurance, and inner strength as well. So it basically reminds listeners that no matter the challenges they face, everything will eventually fall into place. So people have been really receiving it quite nicely. It has been touching them, and yeah, man, I don't wanna lie. So far, so good. The streams are also looking great as well. So I'm really grateful for this, and a big shout out to Ian as well, Ian Climax, the guy that I work with.
Nah, shout out, Nja, shout out. We're gonna play the last song. He hasn't spoken yet. He's probably waiting to say something. But there's a song that came out, "Groove in the Dub," where you were with Lou Deep, Rams Tech, and Napsoul. But before you play the song, could you cue the song in first, please? Came out. It came out on Kenneth Bings. Yes, Kenneth Bings. Slaga, could you cue in the song first? No, it's alang mo groove in the dub.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Grooving it up, man. All I can say is that honestly, the mastermind behind that is Mood Dusty. You know, he actually knew who to actually include in the actual song. You know, so from my side, the guys worked on, and then they brought it to me. I put in some little bit of my touch as well from there, and yeah, it came out quite nicely, man. It's a very great song, very dubby and very groovy as well. So yeah, grooving dub, man, it's quite a very nice song as well.
Thank you so much for that. Bugatti DJ, let's do this, man.
XC, this here is a king on the mic, a king on the vocals, the soulful bishop, Muhammad's chosen, and you are listening to the deep house space.
And you're tuned into the deep house space.
For the love of deep house. Hi, this is Sabrina Child, and you're listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of deep house. For the love of deep house.
What's up, friends? This is Brand Austins, and you're now tuned in to Deep House Space on Twitter Spaces every Friday from 12 p.m. Yeah.
Yes, every Friday from 12 p.m. We the Deep House Space. We are live on Twitter Spaces, and our first guest for today is Slaga the Man. Song we just played now is a song that he released alongside Lou Deep, Ramstack, Smug Soul, titled Groove in Dub. Song came out on She Knows House, Volume 1, released under Candid Being Records. Poetic DJ, are you still there? Are you still there, Poetic DJ? Famous DJ of ours? Are you there?
Yeah. Ah, it's cool. Nasila. Excess Slaga Shafere.
Hey, Mr. Buga.
You good, my king?
Ah, man, I'm sweet, man.
Hola. My boy, let's tap into this collabo that happened here, man. I mean, there's Lou Deep, there's Remstech, there's Smart Soul, and then there's you. I mean, for you, Mfana, how did it come about? You know, in terms of collaboration, how do you work around that, man? Does a person just come to you and then give you a beat, and then you work on it, and then do you ask for the replies? How is it? Or how do you work around in terms of collaboration?
Yeah, man, honestly, from my side, it's actually a very long process, you know. The most important thing is patience. And if someone actually sent me a beat, then I really love what I'm hearing. Then I need to make sure that it's on the actual level that I've set before, you know. And it actually takes time. It actually takes time for the song to actually get to that, to reach that level, you know, including the right elements being there, including the mixing as well. I like to do the mixing on my side just to make sure that the song it actually comes out exactly how I want it to be, you know. So as soon as I'm happy with the song, that's when you know we can actually give it a go ahead. So it's a very quite a long and you know lengthy process. But yeah, I have to make sure that the song actually you know it's on the safe level at the standard that I've set already.
And for someone, man, who says, you know what, I'm a producer. Yes, I don't have the numbers in terms of followers, but you know, I'd like to work with Slaga, man. What do you look for, man, in terms of working with another artist? Is there something probably that you look into, or what is it that you look for when someone has to do a collaboration with you?
Yeah, honestly speaking, man, even this year I actually met this young dude called Ian Climax. I've worked with him on quite a number of songs, and he's also featured on two songs on my upcoming EP. So, honestly speaking, it's based on the kind of style that you make. You know, if we really blend, if we really gel when it comes to studio sessions, I'll definitely work with you. Definitely work with you, and as well as the style of house music. And if you're also good as well, I'll definitely work with you. But if your standard, it's you know, it's like a bit lower, only it's gonna be a bit of a challenge from my side.
I'm fine. I no. Thank you, Jack. We have also one of our panelists. Well, yeah, a few of them they probably want to ask questions. But Kelly,
Sure.
thank you, my boy. Xavox.
No, siyabonga DJ Buga. DJ Buga is music with Sambo Q that we played. I don't know why Buga hasn't mentioned that he has songs that he's making. But anywho, your phone and dialogue, closing remarks for Slaga.
I just love you, Vox. I love you. You are so funny. You are so funny. But it's okay. I'm gonna be reading from Vox's diary. Guys, oh Vox in the AMs. He writes the most beautiful pieces. I don't know why we were both up. We were not talking, but he was posting on the timeline. So this is what Vox wrote. The most honest mirror of human condition is music. It reflects our chaos, order, and everything in between. And this is to reflect back on Don't You Worry, right? And the statement that I had read before from Vox's diaries that a song isn't a song until somebody hears it. Ingoma can be composed, recorded, and shared, but it's truly when we listen to it that we bring it to life. And the listener is definitely what makes the song whole because we are able to see ourselves in it, we are able to spark memories, we are able to feel comfort, we are able to um how do I put this? We're able to connect to a song to make it personal, right? To make it unique to ourselves, and that's something beautiful. Earlier, when I said that we need to close our laptops, it's Friday, and feel something deeper on the deep house space, is because on the deep house space we don't just listen to music, we connect. We connect to ourselves, we connect to the listeners, we connect to the music, we just connect to something deeper. And today we definitely connected to something deeper. And I am grateful to have been on the Deep House space today. Thank you, Slaga, so much. Thank you for the groove in dub. Guys, as well in my laptop, please, can we just can we just close our laptops and go groove? It's time for groove. It's Friday, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Slaga, hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Hey, can't complain.
We missed you so much on the Deep House space. I don't think I'm the only person who missed you, but we love your sound. We love you as an artist. We love your tricks, and we love what you are doing in the Deep House space.
I know a big shout out, a big shout out. And FYI, I'm actually going to release quite a lot of interesting music, more especially the ones with the gassy vibes on my upcoming EP. You'll find your McNose, you'll find your Desby as well there. You'll find your 8-9. I've worked with 8-9, I've worked with Soare, I've worked with Tabotonic, I've worked with quite a lot of guys who has that pumping kind of style. So yeah, definitely coming up with something really, really, really great.
Please do share with us what inspires your sound.
Yeah, from my side, man, what can I say? I'm a very versatile individual, So yeah, it depends on the mood that I'm currently in. As you can hear, Don't You Worry, it's more of a, beautiful and kind of a very sad song, Yeah, so it's based on giving people hope. So that's how my mood actually was when we actually created that song, and more especially on the first half of the year. That's how I actually feel. And moving forward, for the second half of the year, that's where we need to, get into the dance floors. So yeah, I make sure that I come up with something that's going to pump the dance floors. So yeah, it's always based on the mood.
How long does it typically take for you to finish a track from start to finish?
Yo, nah, it differs, honestly speaking, it differs. Sometimes it can actually take maybe a minimum of 3 days. Sometimes it can take a week or two. It depends. Some songs They need proper listening sessions. The mastering is not as easy as other songs, so it differs. Honestly, it differs on song to song.
Last one from me to you. Which artists or tracks have shaped your approach to deep house music?
Yeah, honestly speaking, I can say the song that I made with Noxman, it actually changed my approach to actually house music. I made that song quite a long time ago. It's called "I Will House You." So yeah, basically that's when I started giving a bit of a different approach to house music. So yeah. Basically, that's the song that I can say it actually changed my approach to house music.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, there was a proper send off. Sawanga Kazi Zulu. Shout out to you for being in love with Slaga.
Imagine, Vox. Imagine. Not you butchering my name during the people.
Thank you so much, Ifone and Dala. Thank you so much. We missed you too on the Deep House Space. That is Euphony and Dala. Everyone on the Deep House Space. Yes, that is
I
Euphony
just,
and Dala.
can I just say, when I was listening, is that the song Groove in Dub? The Ludeep and Ramstek and Smug Soul collaboration. I put it in my track source and got it straight away for this mix that I'm doing later today. Wow. Because that's exactly the kind of sound that I'm most like intrigued by right now in this current week that I'm in. So yeah, love it.
Thank you so much, Asanda, for chiming in. Thank you so much. Slaga, to close us off, Mfagiti, thank you so much for being here. Where can people find you? Maybe weekend, are you grooving somewhere? Are you playing somewhere? And you said you were working on, I believe, an album. When can we expect that so we can share invites again?
Yeah, the actual album. I'm actually finalizing everything next week. So probably by the end of July or August. And yeah, I think you guys must honestly look forward to it, because we've really put in quite a lot of work into it, quite a lot of great features. And yeah, it's definitely going to be one for summer and the dance floors as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. And probably August, I'm sure it will be out by August. The full album will be out by August. So yeah.
Thank you, Slaga. Kazi Zulu, last words from your side. Anything else? Good.
Slaga, where can people find you on your socials if they want to book you or like if they want to work with you?
Okay, Slaga the Man on Twitter, Slaga the Man as well on TikTok, Slaga the Man as well on Facebook, and Lucky underscore Slaga on Instagram. So I have all my booking details there, including the emails and contact numbers. So you can hit me up.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for spending your time with us.
Thank you.
Slaga and Chao, be safe. Until next time. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and take care of yourself, Nja.
Thank you.
That is Slaga the Man. We played a couple of songs for him. Go check them out. Go check them out. You definitely should enjoy. You definitely should enjoy. Our next guest, is another power head in the industry, AndileAndy. We've had him a couple of times. I think we've had him for all his releases, honestly, in the last 4 years. And it's a pleasure to have him back on the Deep House Space. Before he speaks, I thought let's just put in some music because we haven't played some music in a while. Poga, we queued in with track one from AndileAndy's recent album release, My Mother's Prayer. And track 9 is The Name of Jesus.
Oh my
Preface.
gosh, I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry.
Go ahead, it's okay. Boga, let's do.
Filim namhlanje. Hi.
Shafere, it's your boy Dread 10 from HH Records, and you are now tuned in to the Deep House Space.
And you're tuned in to the deep house space. and you're tuned into the deep house space, 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 space.
Yes, you tuned into the Deep House Space and welcome. The time right now is 13:17. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. Our guest right now is AndileAndy, and we just played track one of his recent project, which is an amazing project, by the way. My Mother's Prayer. The name of the song is The Name of Jesus Prayer Mix. Let's welcome AndileAndy to the space. AndileAndy, please unmute your mic. Welcome to the Deep House Space.
Yo, how's it, guys? Thank you for the invite. I hope everyone is good.
Now, Mfana, we are all good. We are good. We are all well, Mfana. Sibonga wena nje. Thank you so much for joining us yet again on the Deeper Space. Before we go too far, AndileAndy, there's people probably who actually do not know who AndileAndy is on today's space. Could you just share a short brief on who AndileAndy is? Thank you.
Yo, guys, Andile igama lami, it's Andile Matsebula from Mpumalanga. I'm a music producer. I love music, so I think that's where your AndileAndy comes in, on the music side. Yeah, that's AndileAndy, guys.
Hi, siyabonga mfowethu, siyabonga kakhulu. You released My Mother's Prayer on the 13th. It says here on the 13th of June. 11 tracks. Please just take us through it, Mfana. 11 tracks of pure bliss. What was the journey, perhaps making the project, and the titling of it, of course, My Mother's Prayer. Please also take us through that. I think it says it for itself, but please do share. My Mother's Prayer, all in all, in Jam. What went through it for it, Siabo?
Yo, guys, I've worked in this album, I think, for a year. For the whole of 2024, I was working on this album. Up until I released it this year, last month, or June. I think it was June, 13 June. Yes. It's a very special piece of project in my whole career. Like this one, I don't know, maybe I dedicated all my life to it and all my energy, everything I had. I just put it on this album. I'm sure it sits well on everyone's ear, and it does send the message that I was sending, that I thought I was sending. I just think it does send that message. Let me go to the title, My Mother's Prayer. I think it says it all. Like, I'm not talking about my mother only. When I said My Mother's Prayer, I'm talking about all the praying mothers out there. Abomama bomthandazo, those who are praying for us, even if we're unaware that they are praying for us. Like, we're safe and we growing older, we're growing every day, because some of our mothers are praying for everyone. So that's the meaning of the title. I think, yeah, that clarifies all.
Ishaya Kona for it. Ishaya Kona. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Ukazi Zulu has already asked that we play Your Mercy Never Fails Me. Your Mercy Never Fails Me, featuring Max Ofi. Ngifuna ukuthi ubhuka a right? So could you just give us the next 3 songs that boy can cue in, and then he'll be ready to play when we tell him to. So which next 3 songs should we play until the end?
Brian, I'm not sure about that, because I love the whole album. Will it be wrong if I say the listeners must choose from the album? I don't know.
Okay. That'll be okay. That's a different one. Australian we answer, but we can do it if I get. We
Yeah,
can
can
definitely.
please do. Yes.
We can
Please,
definitely do it.
listeners, choose your 3 favorite songs. I think I will take it from there because I love every single one of them. So it
I
would
have
be a bit unfair for me to choose for you. Can you please choose for yourself?
I have loads of requests. A go-go would be my request.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Asanda. Okay, so we already have two. Ne? We just need one more, Andil. Yeah, technically we have two. Your mercy never fails me, and then Asanda's just asked a go featuring the Suga. But before we go and actually play some songs again, Kazi Zulu, any you wanna chime in? I think that first song, track one, is an absolute banger of a song.
You know, AndileAndy has the ability to tap into a level of spirituality that is very special. And it's not every artist that can do that. He's got the ability to touch you emotionally. Yeah, like I'm actually out of words here because he's a very special artist to me. And yeah, man, I'll come back when we come back with more.
Okay, Siyabonga Kazi Zulu. Siyabonga Kazi Zulu. Euphonium, anything else from your side before you go on and play some music?
Another one from your diary. So Vox this morning wrote that a great song ends too soon. Guys, nigenbone nje, when you're watching a series or a movie or reading a book and you find yourself at the end googling the cast ukuthi, what more of this can I find? You find yourself searching more tracks of the artist. You like, guys, because you try and relive the experience, you are left wanting more and more. Okay, why a restaurant and enjoy the food? You are full, but you're like, no, man, I still need to taste this some more. Can I get a doggy bag? Like, I still want more of this for myself. I still want more. So, Vox, yes, a great song does end too soon. I want more. That's it from me.
Go ahead, Asanda.
No, I just have to say, you know that thing if you want more. I actually found that in this relationship, right, where I'm in the supply chain of sharing this music on a radio show, for example, every week. I remember Andile, you sent me this in March times, and I was like, when is it being released? As I was listening, I listened to the whole thing straight away, and I was like, oh my goodness me, people are gonna lose their shit. People are going to lose their shit that I have this and then I'm going to play it. And that's exactly what happened. So I remember playing, I think it was Your Mercy Never Fails Me on the show in March. I kid you not. I started crying. I actually started crying on the show live. And I had to go away, wipe my tears off air, come back whilst the song was still playing. And there's something in what you just said, Yuffie, about how he brings in so much emotion that cannot be understated. Like then even what you just shared just now about it's about all the praying mothers, you know, like you're such a special guy, Andile. We love you, Andile. Ne? That's it for me.
Thank you, Asanda. Andile, hi. Pendula mfowethu before udlala umculo.
Yeah, no. Thanks. And we love you too as a country, and we love you too as House Music Society. And we're so grateful to have you in the space that we have. Okay, because I see it's a bit difficult to find a third song. Can I request one? Um, I think Gwandile. Can we make it the third song, please?
Okay, hundreds. Sawabonga, Andile ending. Thank you for being a guest yet again. So Gwandile will be the last song, which is track number 4 on my Mondays prayer. Pore DJ, are we ready? Where are you playing from your side? Plaza's man is in. But are you ready, Poga?
I know. On cue. Next up, is AndileAndy with Your Mercy Never Fails Me. Enjoy.
Yo, this is your boy Uzi Black. You are now tuned into the Deep House Space. Hashtag the Deep House Space.
And you're tuned into the deep house space.
For your mercy never fails me. 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 You have led me through the fire. You have led me through the fire. For your mercy never fails me. 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 You have led me through the fire. You have led me through the fire. For your mercy never fails me.
Kwenye level baba akushube kakhulu-ke namhlanje akuvele konakale.
For your mercy never fails me. 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 For your mercy never fails. For your mercy never fails.
No, he's fucking good. That motherfucker don't miss, man. He's good. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. No. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Shafere, it's a boy Dread 10 from HH Records, and you are now tuned in to the Deep House Space.
Yes, you tune into the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here on this Friday afternoon. Your Mercy Never Fails Me, featuring Maxi Orfe, the prayer mix, which is track number 6 by AndileAndy from his recent album titled My Mother's Prayer. Let's give the mic first to Asanda. Asanda, thoughts on Your Mercy Never Fails Me?
It's just it kind of it deserves space after you listen to it, right? Going back to what everyone's been saying about this project, I always go somewhere else. It's like I'm floating when I listen to this song. I think out of everything that's touched me musically this year, this project, like, it's so strange that you've asked me to be on the panel here with Andile today, because this project and the fact that I was sharing songs each week as I could, and people would be like, "Can you play more AndileAndy? Can you play more My Mother's Prayer?" It's just yeah, I'm just mesmerized by every single song on this album, and it speaks volumes that you're saying you poured your everything into it, because we can feel that. Yeah, I've got nothing else at this point, Roxman.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Asanda is joining us for the very first time on the Deeper Space as the panel speaker. You are welcome, just like Asanda. Come up and grab the mic. Do not be shy at all.
Okay. Got you.
Your phone and Dala?
This is you. This is when you started. You took a deep breath, and then this is me. Right. Vox, in the deep house space, we're not just about the music. We're not just about sound. It's a feeling. It's meditation. It's a spiritual experience. It's a connection. When the rhythm flows so well and your soul just awakens, and you just have to take that deep breath and just open up your heart and let the music guide you. Kuthi nje, the beat stirs something deep within you. If uyazi and you have a soul, there's no way that your soul cannot come alive when you are listening to Andile. It literally speaks directly to your heart. It awakens emotions. And I love the fact that we all agree that there's a sense of connection. There's a sense of belonging. And ngiphila nginitshela espaceni ukuthi mina ngihambe emoyeni. When we opened the space, I said, valana ma laptop. I said, valana ma laptop, so that we can connect. Look at us now. Where are we now? What is happening with us? because there's no way. I love how Andile's music just bridges gaps between people, cultures, experience. We are here as the listeners and the artist himself, but we all are feeling a sense of comfort. We all listened, Magati. You know, it takes a village, Vox. It literally takes a village. And I believe today we've come to the right place. And the time now to be on the deep house space is now. Um,
100%.
we
110%.
we all believe ukuthi we are where we are because of imtandazo yogogo nomkhulu. Literally, you know, ukuthi if my mom didn't pray for me, I wouldn't be where I am, or I wouldn't have succumbed those challenges that I've been through. And Andile is able to convey that into music, things that we can't say ourselves. That's why ngiphelela namagama namanje. I can't say it, but Andile is able to put that into music, and it's often things that can't be said in words, but that's a beautiful song. And thank you so much, Andile. Thank you, thank you, thank you, from the bottom of our hearts to the depths of our soul. Thank you, Andile.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Re a leboha le rona Yvonne Ndala, re a o leboha hore o join happy today and your lively self. KaziZulu.
So I think the first time I heard this song, it honestly felt like I was in a trance. That's how I can explain it. It's yeah, no, AndileAndy is special. You know, this song kind of reminds me of the song he dropped last year on his Reflection of Hope album called The Shores. AndileAndy is like a prophet. Like that's how I could describe him. AndileAndy is the person sometimes that God sends to people when you're in confusion and when you feel like your life is you know, he's just a special artist, to be honest. I don't have much to say. That yeah, he's very special. He's very special to me. He articulates his music in a very beautiful way. Yeah, so thank you, Andy, for joining us. We really appreciate you and we really appreciate your music. And we really appreciate the fact that you took your time. And as Asanda mentioned, and I think as Euphenia mentioned, we can feel that you took your time putting this together.
I just wanted to also chime in and say, you know, what you were saying around bridging people from all over the world. It actually reminded me, and I thought about it, and I was like, hang on. I think the very first introduction to SA Deep House for me, when I was first mesmerized by it, like maybe 2 years ago, it was an AndileAndy project, you know, Upendo. All those tracks there that were the first ones that I got on my USB. I was like, oh my gosh, when I play this music to these British folks, they're gonna lose their minds. I was like, na 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 na, I'm always choosing love. You know that song? I played that. My play count of that song is ridiculous because this was the first introduction for me. You were one of, I'd say, the 5 first people that actually brought me over to this side, and so I just wanted to also extend my thanks and gratitude because, you know, I don't. Otherwise, we don't get an opportunity to actually say, "Oh, by the way, you influenced me first." Like, thank you, thank you. Yeah, wow.
Andile, guess namhlanje just getting praises. I'm just getting praises today. Hayi ulende kahle namhlanje deeper space. Let's give the mic to Lihlonolo. Lihlonolo, mic check, mic check. Please unmute your mic. Let's try Lihlonolo again. Lihlonolo.
Not again.
Lihlonolo.
I'm over here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Hello.
hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Even though there's
I just want to give
there's
Andy.
feedback.
Okay, I just want to give Andy his flowers. I just want to give him his flowers. I've known him for a very long time, and Mnagethu, I man, you've grown over the years. You've grown over the years. I've sat with you in studio making music, trying to complete an album. My brother, I just want to say to the people who are listening, the ingenuity of AndileAndy. I was listening to a rock song that he sampled called "Bring Me Back to Life," And on his album, it's called My Spirit. If you can go to the original and listen, you'd ask yourself, how did he manage to do this? He makes music in a different way. And I just want to give you a flowers while you're still alive, Netu. I just want to say, great album. No skips. I always play it every morning before I go to work. My brother, as in, keep it up, my brother. As in, you uplift our spirits even when we have no hope. But when you listen to your music, dog, like I in fact, thank you guys.
Ngiyabonga to everyone,
To everyone
who spoke about my album, and to everyone oyilalele, and like angikhona explain ukuthi how much grateful I am to hear such words from every one of you. I'm very grateful, guys. Like, thank you so much.
Okay, Sibonga Zulu. Thank you for grabbing the mic, brother. Let's play. Oh, you're not bored. So go buy book. Okay, there's 2 more songs now. Okay, we still have another guest. Yes, still have an episode. Still have an episode. Yeah, an episode needs to close off today for us. Time is 13:43. Okay, we're still okay. Still okay. Boga, what are we playing next?
Next up is Akoko with by AndileAndy featuring the Souk. Enjoy.
What's up, beautiful people? This is C Moody, and you're at the place to be, the Deep House Space.
Natenda bewe baku papa, natenda bewe. Now I know Nazanisa. Natenda bewe. I'm calling you on. I'm calling you on. Skalas baningi. Skalas baningi. Muzungu wa baba. Hi, this is Nkazi Zulu the Force. You are currently tuned into the Deep House space. Please do share the space, invite others, and get ready for amazing music and great conversations.
Yes, for amazing and great conversations, you always need to join the Deep House space. And today, the 11th of July, our guest right now is AndileAndy. And the song we just played is Akoko, featuring Disuka. I don't know about everyone else, but there was a time when you started listening to excuse me, when you started listening to Claude's song, when he came out, he just had this original feel about him. He had this homely feel about him that you think he was your brother or something. You think he was literally making the music for you. When he first came out, this song feels like that. It feels like when Ulo first came out, when he was hungry like shit, like hell. Beautiful song. That's my take. Beautiful song from AndileAndy, and I think the great collabo Idisuka actually emphasizes the collab even more. Andile, please tell us about the song. We haven't been asked any questions. Just going down Panjama flower, Makama Matle. Please just tell us about the song featuring the souk. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, bro. This song, when we started recording it, we recorded this song on a different beat. I remember I sent them a beat and then they recorded the vocals. And when it came back, and I think I was done with the album. There was only 2 songs left. I just felt like, no, man, this one I made, man, good album. So I started the beat from scratch. like with their vocals. The vocals was guiding me when I made the new beat. So yeah, it was easier for me to do it, and it came out so beautiful. It came out so beautiful. And then I went to a guitar guy. There's a guy here at my castle that's playing a guitar. He's playing nicely. If you hear the guitar here, if you heard the guitar on this song, it's Bongani.
Poga, Andile is still there? Yes, no?
I think we lost him.
Okay, hopefully Zoboya. Hopefully Zomoya.
No, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, there was a call. So yeah, sorry for the disturbance.
No, qhubeka mfowethu, usakhuluma ngesigingci.
Yes. You see, there's this guy in my class here. Is Bongan Mulman. He played for a Lafem band. Yeah, he added this guitar feel on this song, and it sounded so perfectly. And then that's when I said, yeah, now the album is complete. I think this was the last track to complete on the album.
No, hayi. Ufake ingoma yangampela la Andile. Super song, super song. Ifoni yandala?
Yo, Vox. Eh, Yazi, one thing that I love about the deep house space, whether you are here and uzelukuthi uzogroova vele Friday ufuna kickstart, or you want to unwind, or you want to lose yourself in this music, or you want to get expired, sikphethe. Because we literally, this is where deep house truly comes to life. I think namanga guys. And I don't know, but you are right. That song is just designed to uplift us. In somewhat way, we are also to know, man. This is my brother was talking to me here, you know. I love that song so much. Hi Andy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Ngiyaphila nami mfowami. Yo, are you amazing? You're getting flowers, roses. What other flowers are there? Phela abobhoka basithengela amablomo. All the other flowers that are there in the world, you are getting. I only know roses. You are getting.
No, thank you.
Ah,
As young things on a Friday. Like actually, guys, you are making up my day. So today, you know how happy I am. So very after this, vele kumele ngiyofuna la kudlalwa khona inamba and listen to new music, good music. You know, like I need that.
no siyabonga ngoba nawe usijabulisile, so we are only giving what you gave us. What roles do platforms like Spotify and Apple Music play for your career?
I will say it plays a huge role in my career because nowadays, Kumbula, ama-physical copies nama-physical stores wonke avalwa. So I think mina njengami, I would say I am mostly depending on those platforms to distribute my music actually, because most of the people are using the new technology, and you know about Apple Music, the smart cars, and you know the smart sounds and everything. So it's easier for them to access our music on those platforms than before. You had to drive maybe from here to Joburg so that you can get a CD or something. But now it's easier for everyone to access our music, and it's playing a huge role in our music career.
Bebathenga ama-pirates abo-Vox wena Andile. Bebathi ebhuka angikhophiyele lapho. What has been the most challenging part of producing music in your career?
Uh, ngasho ngithi it's equipment, you know. You know when you start producing and if you beginner like usafunda mhlawumbe produce and stuff like that, you will start not having a computer. Maybe you have to go to your friend. Hey, mngani, I know when I in a laptop or nani, as install this and this and that. You understand? So equipment is the most challenging part Google production. But the more you do it, the more izinto ziqala ukuba lula yabo. But yeah, equipment, like, sometimes you will need maybe a certain piano, and maybe you will find out that it's more expensive and it's not easy to find. But when you know at the back of your head, if I can get this type of chronos or this type of whatever piano you need, I will make a beautiful sound out of it. But then it will be difficult to find.
That is so beautiful. I think it goes back to my mother's prayers, uyazi ukuthi izinto azihlangani kodwa there's that one person who's like, I know my son is going to make it. I know my child. I believe in you so much. That is just awesome, man. What's the one piece of equipment that you can't produce without?
My laptop. I can't produce without my laptop. So every time, like, let me just elaborate in this. Every time I got a future, maybe a collaboration with someone, I always tell them, no, for me to do this, I can't come to your studio and use your equipment. I have to come with my own laptop, my own computer, because it makes it easier for me to make music, and it makes the flow easier, I think.
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us in the Deep House Space. That's it from me.
Siyabonga ifuna ndala. Siyabonga kakhulu. You phone, okay, you understand. Kazi Zulu. This is also just to close with Andy. Then next up we have Napsoul. Napsoul, please grab the mic. Thank you, Kazi Zulu.
Andy, how important do you think it is to know the business side of things when it comes to music and, collaborations and splitting shares and all those things? How important is it to know that side of music?
It is very important because there's a lot of shady and dodgy people out here. Like, this is our South Africa, we all know. One thing I will say, yeah, it's very important to know the business side of music, because you can work maybe for 5 hit projects, like have platinums on YouTube, have gold awards and whatsoever, but still you have nothing. Like, you don't get any cent from any of those. So the importance of knowing the business side of music is, you really need to know, not like everything, but at least have a clue what's happening, what's going on when you collaborate, what's going on when someone says he's gonna distribute your music, what's going on when you have a record label, stuff like that. And just take time on when you're reading contracts, like, yeah, because that's the tricky part. That's where it is tricky.
And what advice have you been given in your career that you feel has carried you through the tough times and just in general?
I would say, to every music producer or songwriter or rapper, don't stop making music. That's what I will say. If you make more music, it only takes one song. I know we have more than 5, 6 albums, but it only takes one song. And even the Hotmans have said that it only takes one song. So what I will say is that never stop making music, and please, the music on a computer, please release it. There's so many the releasing platforms out here that can work for independent artists. There's no need for record labels and whatsoever, but release the music you have. That's the advice I have for every musician, songwriter, and artist.
All right, thank you for that.
Poor the DJ, the ladies have taken over today, the deep space of Fagiti. Any thoughts from your side?
Hayi film namhlanje. Film strong movie. No mfana, let me just ask one question to Andile. Exe Andile sharp fere?
I'm not mfowethu olukhandi.
Aye, nice, mnandi like sweet in yami. King, you know, Mfana, this project, you know, that you done, Mfana, it's a very beautiful project, you know. And shout out to you, Mfana, you know, and the creative that you came along with, and Amachita that you worked with on this project. Can you tell us more, Mfana, about the elements that you worked on, Mfana, regarding this project? Because I can hear there's tons of fusion of Afro as well. You know, knowing you, Mfana, you are a round-based person who does all types of sounds. You know, but with this one, Mfana, the main focus probably, to my understanding, I would say maybe it was kinda on the Afro side. But can you tell me more about the process of the album, Mfana?
Yeah, brother. You know, I don't know when have I said this. My sound has a slightly change on it, and I understand. Yeah, it's a bit fused with Afro percussions and stuff like that. But you know that those elements that I usually have, the gospel elements, the gospel chords, and the melody, the rhythms, and everything, will always be there on AndileAndy. On this one, the main purpose of this project was to actually this project was a gospel project. Let me say it straight. It was a prayer project. Let me say it like that. You know, ngingacabanga ukuthi mhlampe angithandazi enough. Let me pray through music. Maybe it will make sense to God. You understand? So this is, yeah, that's the main aim of this project. Like, it was a praying project, bro.
Aye, beautiful. Nah, mfana, yazini, let's take it back to the good music. But thank you very much for gracing us with your presence today, Mfana. We truly appreciate it. And we ask Mfana, the space door is always open, Mfana. Siklindile. We always are asking ourselves, good, what's next? What are you bringing next? Yabo? But no, thank you very much, my king. Ne?
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me, guys, and thanks for the invite. It's always a pleasure being in the deep house space, guys. I think things will be more because I have more releases coming through.
Booyah King. Siglindile, we're waiting for you. Hector Fox?
Asanda, closing remarks from your end for Andile before you play the last song.
No, I was just gonna ask, like, who's influenced you the most, but then I saw that Sissy asked you, a question that was similar. So maybe we can also just leave it if you're running out of time. But yeah, the question is, who would you say artistically has influenced your sound over the years, and the shift, as you say, your sound has evolved. So what would you say has influenced that, or is that just you stepping more into yourself as an artist?
Okay, Afanda, recently I've been listening more to Afro house, Afro and melodic techno house. I've been listening to Mira, Marcio Plex, Andrew Man, and so forth. So I really like. I know they are not from Africa; they are internationally artists, but I really like the way they fuse in the African percussion, the African sounds to match their electronic sounds exactly. So what I tried to do on this one, I tried to come back to the African sounds, African sounds. If you can hear, you will even hear the last song that we're gonna play, and you heard Agogo, and almost every track that I have there has that African feel, that African percussion, the African flutes and whatsoever. That's what I wanted to do because of I listened to the international artists, and I just understood how they fuse African sounds to match their electronic style. So I think it works for me.
Yeah, because you're at the intersection of those two kind of genres almost. So you're bringing even the vocal sound ancestral in a way. It's like it all speaks towards prayer. So I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Sibonge Andile. Sibonge kakhulu mfowethu. But before you leave, I just wanted to give our next guest the mic. Maybe you can share a few thoughts about your new music. An episode. Mic check, mic joke. Please unmute your mic.
Check 1 2.
Loud and clear for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We haven't started with you, but any thoughts from your end about AndileAndy?
Hey, I joined midway, so I didn't really hear a lot of the music, but I do know the album. I've listened to the album and I love the music. And by coincidence, the last time I was here, Andy Vegacon. So I don't know if that's a sign or something. But yeah, man, keep up the good music, dope sounds. He's actually one of my inspirations in terms of experimenting with sound, So yeah.
No, shout out, shout out. I remember last time, yeah, this song we were together on the space. Yeah, no, shout out, my friend.
That is Napsoul. Napsoul is up next. So we're closing the deeper space today with him. But for now, Andy, your closing remarks for Vandag. Thank you for giving us your time, your patience, and the music. Please give us your closing remarks. And John Wushilu to Funinda your groove. So is there any other gigs perhaps for the weekend? Where can people find you? Yes, thank you.
I study on kicking fit. I'm only kicking tomorrow in Pretoria, the PS Palace. Yeah, I think it's only tomorrow I'll be in Pretoria, and then yeah, I'm relaxing and pro too. But everyone knows. You can find me on my socials. Here on Twitter, it's AndileAndy, as everyone can see, and then on Instagram, it's m_AndileAndy. Then on Facebook, it's AndileAndy SA. Yeah.
Sibongile mfowethu, ube safe. We are saying goodbye to you with your request, which is Kwandile, track 4 on My Mother's Prayer. For everyone who hasn't heard the album yet, please go check it out. It's got 11. No, it's got 11 songs. With Kwandile, we're going to play the 4th song on the album. Super jam of a project. I think a project for Europe, for Ibiza, nakanjani. When I put black coffee lapha, it's a definitely a black coffee sort of shimza music to be played Ibiza alongside the Carbon, Cairo. Yeah, definitely. Siyabonga mfethu, thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna close off with Kwandile, and then after that we're gonna go straight to Napsoul. Puga.
Thanks, brother. By the way, sorry. By the way, Gwandile is the name of my firstborn. So yeah, it's a dedication song. Thanks, bro.
Hayi sibonga mfowethu. Sibonga kakhulu. Puga. Asidume.
Namanje. As we send off AndileAndy with Kwandile. Enjoy. Asibonge njalo ngizokuthumela ama-project Andile. Ululu.
Hello, this is Babiza, the brown skin Aussie, the one and only, and you are tuned into the Deep House Space.
Hey yo, this is your boy Chana Kamala. You are listening to the Deep House Space.
Yes, you tune into the Deep House Space. The time right now is 17. SA time. SA time. You know, we have people from all over this glorious globe. The song just played now is Gwandile, track number 4 on AndileAndy's My Mom's Prayer project. He was our second guest for today, and our next guest right now is Napsoul. I haven't read out people's bios in a while, so I thought I'd just check out some bios of people in the space. Timon says, globe trotting for the perfect cup of coffee. That is Timon. Shout out to Timon for joining us. Thank you for being here, Timon. We have Luke Tiger, Deep House Music, sparkling personality. She says, don't DM. She says, do not DM. Let's see who else we can read out here. God of Chaos says, you need chaos in your soul to give birth to a dancing star. I wonder what that means. Sounds interesting. You need chaos in your soul to give birth to a dancing star. That sounds cool, man. That sounds really dope. Thank you for joining us. This is the Deep House Space. We do this on Fridays. As mentioned, next week. Next week is the 18th, no? Let me check again. 18th of July. Divine Maestro is joining us. Released a project under Joy 10. Then we're gonna have Uncle Melo, and then we're gonna also have the Soul Fullest joining us next week on the 18th of July. Napsoul, welcome again to the Deep House Space, man. Thank you for joining us yet again. Met this young talented man on our launch of volume 2, ne? We give volume 2, ne? Yeah, it was the volume 2. Yes, volume 2. Napsoul, welcome again to the Deeper Space and Trade. For people who do not know who Napsoul is, could you just give a short summary of who Napsoul is? Thank you.
Thanks for having me. So yeah, man, I think a description is always weird for me, but I think I'm just a guy who loves music, and yeah, I basically do music as my canvas. So I just got into deep house, and it's something that I always loved growing up, and I basically just went back to where it all started. But I'm a music producer, and then recently I've started DJing as well. So I'm also a DJ. Yeah, man, and I'm based in Joburg.
Shout out Napsoul. You released The Wave. The Wave came out today from Dealt with Records. Dealt with Records is it's not a South African record label, right?
Yeah. So they actually tuned in. I told them about the space and that I'll actually be on here. So if you just check on the listeners, I think they're on there. But yeah, it's not a local. And I know the last time there was a question as to why I haven't dropped locally. I'll get to that a bit later. But yeah, it's not a local label. Quite a dope label. I came across it probably sometime this year, and I thought my sound would resonate quite well with them. And I reached out to the guys, and they've been really supportive, and they like my music, and I think that's what matters most.
Oh man, beautiful stuff, man. I've just sent a mic to Dealt with Records. Please grab the mic. It reads on the bio Scottish and Birani based electronic record label with a penchant for dance floor euphoria. Oh man, that's so dope. Please grab the mic if it's possible. I would like to hear your thoughts regarding the project that Napsoul released under you. Before Napsoul, before we play some songs, please tell us about the wave. Please tell us about the wave. It's three tracks on it. Came out today. What do you feel about it? What is the reception? What are the people saying?
Yeah. So yeah, the three tracker. So with me, all my releases have like a sort of like a, I guess an idea or a concept, right? But this one actually didn't have a concept. So the whole thing came up, I don't know, just came out of nowhere, right? So the wave basically represents the deep house scene. So I mean, you know that the sound played locally versus overseas in terms of deep house, it's not necessarily the same. And the sound locally tends to use like a lot of synths, uses like elements that have become like an identifier that resonates with crowds. So I sat down and I thought, let me give it a try and try maybe encapsulate some synths in my songs,
and maybe give it a different approach, but still staying true to my sound and my approach, So basically, then the three tracks, there's the first one, Right On, which just means right on the wave being the wave of the synths, right? The wave of the elements that are known. And then Know Me is just to say, get to know me while I'm riding this wave. And then the last track being Never Forget is just saying that I'm making my mark in my own way, right? And that's the concept around the wave. And in terms of the reception, surprisingly, the track that I like the least is the one that's like the most in terms of the people that I've engaged with, and that's Never Forget. And my personal favorite is Right On.
Mine
But
too. Mine too.
yeah, but the reception has been quite good. I think Outwood Records has helped in terms of giving me a wider audience, and I think a different approach in terms of marketing the music. Because being an independent artist, it's always a learning thing. So it's been quite an exciting release, I should say, especially because I haven't released in a while. So yeah, I was excited for this one. Now, shout out Napsoul. Thank you for sharing that with us. For everyone who's listening, yes, go check out The Wave. We're gonna play all three songs. Yeah, we're gonna play all three. There was a time when we started this thing, Nepo, and sometimes artists will be like, "Nah, don't play all the songs so that people can go and listen to them again." But I'm like, we're a proper podcast, though, right? So the people need to hear the songs, and this is recorded, and this will live on forever. This will be there forever on the memories of the people. So, Puga, we're ready to play the first song from Napsoul, The Wave.
Yes, sir. On cue, on cue, on cue, on cue. In fact, we're going with Napsoul track 1, Right On. Enjoy.
The deep house space.
Hey yo, this is your boy Chana Cameron. You are listening to the Deep House Space.
What's up, beautiful people? This is C Moody, and you're at the place to be with the Deep House Space.
Yes, you're at the place to be with the Deep House Space, and right now our guest is Napsoul. And we just played Right On from his project The Wave. You know, there was a time when we used to just have music brought into the country. Now we have our own artists who can export music for us. Which is an amazing thing, man. Yes. We come from far. We come from far. And that far is just literally a couple of years back. That far is just a couple of years back. Kazi Zulu, right on.
So the network kicked me halfway through, so I missed half the song. But from what I did catch, it's such a beautiful song. You know, it's one of those songs that you would hear on radio, say 3 a.m. when everyone has gone to sleep. It's so soothing. It's so beautiful. Nepsol, how you doing?
Hi, Nkazi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Have you ever dropped anything with a South African label?
Fin Music Company. Yeah,
Sorry?
actually. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Fin Music Company. So a few.
So, from your experience, what is the difference in terms of probably like the business side? Is there a difference between dropping locally and internationally?
Yeah, there is a difference. I think local labels still have sort of a long way to go, especially the ones that aren't prominent. You know, I mean, prominent labels are your Salvo, Kid Funk's label. Forgot the name. Apologies for that.
Stay
But
true.
like,
Stay true.
yes, stay true. Thank you. So I think the approach in terms of why people start labels in the first place, a lot of people just start labels to house their own music, and then later on they see, like, you know, I guess the possibility or the potential to actually sign other artists and make music off of it. So oftentimes from contracts, you know, they don't make sense, but also I think it's more of a thing. People need money, and it's more of a money thing rather than it is a music thing. And I've touched base with this. I've touched base on this before with like Empower. I think briefly in the previous session there was a chat around this. But just to say that the most important thing is educating artists. You know, like myself and many other artists as well. And what I've realized is that from the labels abroad, because there's so much of a support structure, I've learned quite a lot. A year ago, I didn't know what track source was. I didn't know what beatport was, right? Because remember, I'm coming from just producing different genres, coming into the house space. I didn't know how DJs bought music. So there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't acquainted with. And when I started working with the labels abroad, they've got systems in place. They honor the contracts as well. And a lot of the processes are more digital. You're signing a contract that's digital. You have a platform where you can see how your music is performing. If you are owed anything, you're able to see it. Whereas labels this side, we just have that thing whereby we're still signing contracts on sending via email. And then also, there isn't like a collaboration aspect. A collaboration aspect is to say, how would you like the artwork to be? Do you like the artwork? Checking the masters, having the music mastered. A lot of the labels just put out music that is not of good quality. And also that just doesn't affect, I guess, the label, but it also affects the artist. Because as an artist myself, I also want to improve and I want to ensure that I put out quality. So if a label says, hey, the quality of the music is not good, maybe outsource mixing or let us mix it for you. That's a constructive criticism, and it's a space to learn essentially. So I think the biggest factor is that in my experience, I can't speak for other people. But yeah, in my experience, that's the biggest difference. And I think that's why I tend to gravitate towards labels outside. But I think outside of that as well is also just the sound. I just know that my sound doesn't fit with local labels. So it tends to gravitate towards the UK side, so I decided to just pay more attention there, but I also want to bring it back home as well. But I think that works a bit better with like collaborations and stuff.
No, that was beautifully explained. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, guys, that was exceptionally explained. Aye, nakanjani. You know what I like also about the deeper space, that we are able to have different people from different backgrounds, even though we are here for music, but we are different in our ways of even explaining just our daily lives. And the deeper space enables us to explore all these differences. I don't know why Upoka hasn't played any of Euphonia's great voiceovers, but I today needed that. But maybe Boga can play it soonest. But for now, let's play another song. Time is okay. 2:37, 14:37. Okay, let's play another song and then we'll come back and I'll give the mic to everyone else again. Boga DJ.
Next up, track 2 by Napsoul, Know Me. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Bongiwe Intafogazi. You are listening to the Deep House Space.
Hi, this is Sabrina Child, and you're listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of Deep House. For the love of Deep House.
Yes, for the love of deep house, just like Sabrina Child says, you're listening to the Deep House Space. And one day when you have grandkids and you're all grown up and sitting on your porch having tea, not that we don't have tea already, but you're in your 80 something, when you reflect back and you're like, there was something called the Deep House Space. There was something called the Deep House Space. And we had amazing artists and amazing music and conversations. So shout out to each and every person who's still here. Thank you for joining us. Time is 14:44. And I say time. Thank you for being here, man. Always, when we're done, I always reflect. I'm like, we just made history again. Every single time we do this thing, we literally make history. Euphony and Dala, um, any thoughts for Nepso? You can
I
you
don't
can bring
like
one
you,
of those.
Vox.
You can bring one of those famous quotes of
I don't
yours,
I
please.
don't like you, Vox. I don't like what you said about tea because I drink tea at least 5, 6 times a day. So please, and I'm not 8 years old. I drink tea in the morning when I wake up. I drink tea when I have breakfast. I drink tea for lunch. I drink tea when I'm cooking. I drink tea before I sleep. So no, I don't appreciate that.
But I did
Um,
say that we already having it already. That's what I
no,
said.
no.
Ongzwanga kahle.
Now I feel like I'm 95, but it's okay. Oh my goodness, Napsoul. Hi, Napsoul. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Remember Elia? We were talking about connection. Okay, so now let me unfold it for you, right? So if you were fighting with your boss today, or your colleague, or your sibling, or your girlfriend, right? Now it's the time to let go. Now it's the time to let music take over. Now it's the time to fully bask in music, to be fully immersed in music. Like nothing else matters. Right now, time stands still, Vox. Right now, it's the time to be within something that is deeper than music. Right now, you just let the rhythm speak. Just let the beats do what they do best. Let the beat stay what it has to stay. Right now, just unwind.
Hi, Sibonga Euphony and Dala. Nepsol, right now, just unwind to your own music. Shout out to Nepsol for joining us and being a guest on the Deep House Space. Let's give the mic to Asanda. Asanda, you still there?
I'm here. I love this track. I absolutely love. I'm really excited actually about Napsol and his journey, and I find it quite an external person, getting to be part of the SA house, deep house space, deep house scene more broadly, as well as this online space here today. Um, I'm finding it quite kind of heartwarming and also interesting to see the dynamic of when one of the producers, up and coming producers, do opt for an external label. And there are so many South African labels, as we know, but I do also recognize what the natural kind of maybe hesitancy to going towards an international label could be because of externally looking in, the very recent history of this nation, which now finally through the music is able to be on the map, is able to get all of this very well deserved and very amazingly hard worked, like, light on South Africa now because of all of these different genres coming out of South Africa. So it's wonderful that there's such a bustling kind of oversaturated, so much talent kind of scene here. Talent is pouring out of South Africa. And so I do wonder if an artist opts to go for a label that is perhaps different to the ones that their peers are going towards, what implications that has in terms of hopefully it means, Napsoul, that your journey is like really tailored to you and you're able to state what you want, but also hopefully you're able to take lessons from what these labels are doing here in SA, doing so well as well, because there are some wonderful labels in my experience. I know that Candid Beings do some wonderful work, for example, and I'm sure that these guys here that I've just connected with you guys on Instagram, by the way, and yeah, I'm sure you guys are doing some wonderful work as well. So I think with so many different producers coming out, so many different like scenes in all over South Africa as I'm experiencing, there's going to be more talent than there are labels. That's my sense. That's my sense, and I think it's a good thing. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I got a little bit nervous there, speaking as somebody external coming in and telling you about your culture. Like, I'm not in any place to do that, and I definitely don't mean to. I guess I just share as an external person looking in, and what my observations are. Yeah, so I'll stop there.
Asanda, don't be shy. You do not be shy. As mentioned earlier, this is a safe space. Everything you said, beautiful. Everything you said was good, and it was needed. It was needed. I always say, seeing that we've been doing this for a while now, and we've seen the growth in certain people and the differences in how they make music and their influences, I think going abroad is quite important. I think it, it makes you explore other ventures that you probably never come across in SA. Excuse me. Nepso mentioned something like how your cover can look like. Something small, but it can literally change your career. It can change how you view music. It can change how you view yourself as an artist. So I think it's quite important just to venture outside of the norms, outside of the comfort. Yes, we have super amazing stables down here, but I think it's okay. It's okay to venture abroad and talk to someone who gonna be like, I can't hear this in your music. I can't hear this. Change that. I think that's very important. I think it's very needed. I think it's needed. Buddy DJ, you still there? You should dream for it.
Benjam, skip me kancane mfana ngiyabuya.
Okay, no problem. Nepso, do you have any thoughts on what we've said?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Appreciate the views from Masanda. I think, from the external, like she said. So I think, man, on my side, not much to say, but I do appreciate like a platform like this for the conversations. And just to add on, out of context, right? Euphonia, I'm actually drinking tea, so you're not alone. Just to put that out there. But yeah, Fox, I think, yeah, man, I just appreciate the views and the conversation. And I think, I mean, yeah, for me, this is just an approach that I'm taking, catered to my music, to my sound. And there's a question around sustaining a career, in that sense, because it's a bit easier to get gigs and all that if you housed by labels locally, right? So that's probably one of the challenges that you come across. But there's many ways to skin a cat. So I'm still discovering that, and I'll share my journey with you guys as I go along the way. But as for now, I'm basically doing what works for me, and I am basically taking the support where it comes, and I'm going with this support, basically. Yeah.
And just to add, I had a conversation recently with Sooks, and I was like, what I see now in the music that we're in, this electronic dance music, is that when you make your song, and I told Sooks this, when you make your song so that you imagine it being played by David Guetta, being played with the best sound ever, like literally. Don't just make it and like my Technic speakers here at home are fine with it. No, make the song so that when David Guetta plays it, the 3,000 people at Tomorrowland go crazy. Honestly, and all those things you can get influenced by reaching out to other people around the world and releasing music around the world because you have different influences. Unlike just being here, perhaps we have a certain standard, and we have certain standards in SA. We know that very well. But there's different perceptions as you travel when you go globally, and the standards are not the same. They're actually not the same. They're never the same. They've never been the same. Before Nyandala, before you go to the next song, okay, the time is 14:54. Yeah, ne? We've gone today.
As we should. We're on the wave, man. We're on the wave. Ride on. What do you mean? Do you know me? Napsoul, hi. I wanted to know, where do you want the wave to take us? Where are you taking us? Where are we being carried away?
Very good one. I mean, ideally the wave is for summer vibes. It's winter now, so yeah, I don't know. But I think my music, most cases, the theme for my music is just chilled vibes. I've always said that I just do music for the background. It's not an upfront thing where it's all up in your face. So it's more of a journey. It's taking you on a wave. So basically, it's just a cruise.
How do you define success in your career?
Hey, I think I remember getting this question before, and it's a very good question, right? For me personally, my success in the music that I make is, you know, finding people who appreciate the music and people who basically resonate with the music and my journey overall. I'm not much of a money fame person. I'm actually quite an indoor person, homebody. There's actually an EP coming up dedicated to that. So for me, uh, it's just the thought of having something that came from my heart, so pieces of my heart to the world, and basically being able to share my own experience, life lessons, whatever it is. Because oftentimes as artists, our music and how we name our songs tends to relate to our actual life, right? No different to an actual artist who draws or paints. And if you ask an artist who paints, right, and you ask them, what's success, they could say it's money and selling a painting, but oftentimes it's actually not that. You probably just find the different perspectives that people have of that artwork is what actually matters to the artist. So for me, it's something similar as well. Each and every person getting to listen to my music, getting to appreciate it. Just like how I said, I was taken by surprise. The song that I like the least actually resonated the most with people. So for me, that's success. Something like that in itself, because I think when you know that a song is good or you feel that it's good as you're making it, having people confirm that and say, okay, cool, we also like the song. For me, that's not validation or it's not success actually, because I don't know. I think it's more of a thing of it's an influence. I influence people to like the song because I like it. But if you like a song that I don't like, then I think it gives an actual accurate view or perspective of what the song means to the people.
I think success is you listening to the deep house space, enjoying your tea, just how it's supposed on a Friday when people are waiting to knock off and go buy beer and groove. this is success. Why? Because we've made it. We've done what we're supposed to do. We're letting music do its work. So yes, definitely, this is success. Thank
100%.
you.
100%.
Last one from me to you. What is the best piece of advice that you've received from another producer? Thank you.
From another producer. Uh, not so much from another producer, but from a DJ. I was learning how to DJ. I was basically given advice to not approach DJing as production, and in a sense, also not to be a perfectionist, right? Not to overthink. Yeah, I used to be an overthinker, and I think for the longest of time, that's why I never mixed my music. I'd outsource the mixing because I'd always be stuck in an endless loop of trying to fix the song. Even now it happens. I probably heard the first song and I'm like, should have added that. So the best advice I've had was, just don't be a perfectionist. As soon as you feel like it's done, it's done. If it feels incomplete, it's part of the art. Tells a story. So it's one of the best advices I've received, and I take it in the approach in production and DJing and life in general.
Do you want to know what I got from you?
Mm-hmm.
It's to let the wave just flow. It's just effortless, right? Just flow with those,
Yeah,
just ride on as it go, and
100%.
you will know yourself. So I'm gonna let music take me where it's supposed to take me, and I'm gonna know myself better as this happens. Thank you.
See right there, that's success. Cool. Thanks, Bonya.
Thank you, Euphonia, for a wonderful self on the Depot Space, for gracing this platform, as Bongani Makulu actually says. I'm going to give the mic to Zito Mo. I once tweeted, and I actually saw this tweet the other day. I was like, if we had to make a doc in dance music, two people. Okay, it's more than two people, I guess. But the layabout, you need a doc about the layabout, and then we need a doc about Zito. Zito Moa, welcome to the Deeper Space. Please unmute your mic.
Oh, yeah, hi everyone. Sure. Yeah, that being included in that doc, I don't know how it works. Me next to the layabout, brother. No, that feels uncomfortable, but I'll take it. I just wanted to give a shout out to Napsoul, man. Love the music. It sounds dope. You mentioned something that I don't hear a lot of producers mention, which is the artwork. Um, I think as an artist and also as a designer, I also appreciate that, and I think we take for granted how much seeing a template of a certain label on our catalog means so much to us. Like if you've ever wanted to like release on like a jazz record company, just so that you can have that artwork as part of your Spotify when you open it or whatever the case might be. Yeah, we do take that for granted. It's more than just releasing on a certain label, but it's also like my discography looks like this now, before you even listen to it. So yeah, that's one. There was a question about the best advice you've ever received. I wanted to ask about the worst advice you've ever received regarding your music, or just as a producer in general. Yeah, those are my two questions. Thanks. Well, one question actually. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Zito. Yeah, that's actually a harder question to answer. The worst advice, I think the worst advice is to fast track the process. That that wasn't the actual, saying. Those are not the actual words. But I think it just happens at times where even if someone sees potential, sees the possibility of something coming to fruition. And they tend to be like a rush. I think with artists a lot, it's like you then picture yourself gigging, I guess, your music being played uh, on TV, on radio, and whatnot, right? And I think for me, the worst advice I would have received is to say, you know, rush and put yourself out there, attend events, do this, do that. And that's for me specifically, right? For some people, it would work. Considering my personality and the type of person that I am, that approach actually would burn me out faster. And I just know in general, because I'm very observant, right? And it would be like you come up fast, disappear fast as well. So I think for me, the worst advice would be that, because I actually gave it a try in a sense, and sort of put myself out there. And I think uh, so I was at the Deep House Space launch last year in December. I think Vox can maybe say, attest to the type of person that I am. I'm not really like, I don't put myself out there. I just mind my own business. And I think that defeats the purpose of actually putting yourself out there, because networking is power. And if you really don't network the proper way, and it's pointless. So for me, I think for me personally, that the worst advice is basically not putting yourself out there as in like getting out of your comfort zone, but putting yourself out there in terms of rushing, right? And just rushing the process and not taking the time to invest in the craft. So that's like me saying, so a simple example, right? I'd love a collaboration with AndileAndy, but for me, I feel as though I'm not at that level as yet. The same as with local labels as well. I'd love to be in Salvo, Deep House SA, Candid Beings, but for me, is my sound at that level as yet? And is my sound mature enough to have a collaboration with someone who's been around, you know? So that, it basically speaks to that. So I'm just taking my time. And I think the inverse would be the worst case advice.
Dope, dope, dope. Thanks for sharing, man.
Zito, thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for coming through. Grabbing the mic. That is Zito Moa. Huge part of Selville Records. Shout out to Zito. One of these days, we're actually releasing, in the next couple of weeks, releasing a comp, an EP comp, small EP comp, by the Deep House Space on Selville Records. We've come a long way. Yes, we've come a long way. No, Bangatien. So shout out to thank you so much, brother, for coming through and grabbing the mic. I've got one more song to play for Napsoul, and then after that, give last remarks, and then we call it a day. It's been 3 hours, more than 3 hours of today. Shout out to each and every person, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking out your time. Thank you for still being here. This wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you. Put it, DJ. Last ngoma, and then we do some last remarks. Bon.
Last song as we're sending off Napsoul. It's titled Never Forget. Enjoy.
Hey yo, this is Muhammad Chosen, and you're listening to the Deep House Space.
I'm calling you all. I'm calling you all. Skalas baningi. Skalas baningi. Skalas baningi. I'm popular.
Price went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Shafere, it's a boy Dread 10 from HH Records, and you are now tuned in to the Deep House Space.
Yes, you're tuned into the Deep House Space. And our last guest for today, Napsoul, with an incredible song, Never Forget. I think that's my favorite song of the EP. Shout out to Napsoul for making time for us, for coming through to the Deep House Space. Gonna go around and give the mic to everyone on the panel right now. Give your last thoughts regarding the last song, and perhaps if you've got anything else to say to Napsoul, go ahead. And also please give your last remark for today. Let's start with Napsoul himself first. Napsoul, thank you for your time, Fagiti. Thank you for your time, brother, for coming through and spending time in the deeper space. Shout out to the incredible EP and the record label that you worked with, dealt with. Shout out to them and for even coming through and for sharing the invite. Shout out, shout out. Thank you so much. What's next for Nepso? What's next? What else is coming up? When can we invite Nepso to the deeper space again? And your closing remarks for today, please. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys. I do appreciate the platform, and I highly support, the movement. On my side, so there's gonna be releases coming up. So I still have a release pending with Finn Music Company. I know the last time he was here, he did mention. That will be out this year. Just haven't confirmed the date as yet. That's a 4-tracker. And then actually next week I'm actually dropping a single. So that's with the local label. I think it's Dipto Ride Recordings. So this is the single that I'm dropping next week. And then There will be more music coming later in the year. The dates are just not confirmed. But I think outside of the music, so since I'm getting more in the DJing side, so just looking to be outside in spring and summer. So I think people can be on the lookout for that, and maybe some more guest mixes here and there. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan for the year. So I think for the most part, last year it was just the music, taking the music out. I think I've taken enough music out. I still have like more music ready to release, but I think I'm being more strategic in terms of those releases, right? So, and just focusing on honing the craft in terms of the decks. Fairly new there, so it's going to be an exciting one. But yeah, other than that, I think thank you so much for having me. My EP is out on all platforms. Dealt with Records was here. I think goes back to what I was talking about, the support. I told the guys yesterday, I'm like, hey, I'll be joining, and they said they'd actually show up and they were actually here, and that actually means a lot for an artist. So yeah, very happy. Happy Friday to everybody else, and have a good weekend.
Thank you so much, Napsoul. Thank you so much, brother. And thank you so much for your time and your presence and the music. Shout out for the music, the incredible music. Let's start with Zito. Zito, last remarks, anything else from your side?
Yeah, not too much from my side, man. Just keep releasing good music, and I'm glad the space is still here for more people to come in and showcase their music. Man. Shout out.
We're still here, man. We're still here. Maybe one of these days, Boga will have a running Boga. Eish, maybe we won't be able to have a DJ when there's a running Boga somewhere, but we're still here. We are still here, definitely. Nifune Ndala, closing remarks for Nepsol and for today.
Closing remarks for Napsoul are the closing remarks for today. So the last song, Never Forget, Vox. This is from me to you guys. Never forget the deep house space. Never forget what we did for the deep house community. Never forget Unkazi, never forget Lloyd, never forget Lee, never forget Vox. Vox, make sure, yes, even if sometimes uyalala ne, but if you wake him up and say, "Hey, Baba Vula," he will wake up and go open the deep house space, guys. Uvox, ngabo 4-3, he's awake, but when it's tough every Friday, he is here. Even if Tina Abanye sinokubambeka kancane and have other commitments, Vox is always here. There's no way where Vox can say, "Oh, guys, I'm out and down with flu." Hey, guys, never forget Vox. Please, never, whatever happens, never forget Vox. When everything is not the same anymore, when we're married, when we have kids, never forget the deep house space. When we are old and drinking tea, njengoNapsoul no Euphonia, never forget, guys, please. When Upoga has too many bogas running around, never forget. Because when we forget these moments that we shared together as a family. These, like, do you know what happens when you're listening to the song and it takes you back to a time when you were so happy, when guys, when nothing else mattered on Fridays? It was just, we all knew, hey, it's tough, let's go to the deep house. Never forget the deep house space. Never forget the memories that we shared here together. Never forget the places where deep house space took you. Never forget the community. Never forget the connection. Never forget, guys, we plugged you, man. We plugged you. Never forget the underground people that we took from the underground mines. Never. Nepsol, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your EP. Thank you for the title. Never forget. Guys, when I'm married and my husband says you can't join the deep house space, I'm going to cry. But at least I have these memories to linger on. this family of mine that I've kept for you guys, thank you so
Wait,
please
no, wait.
never forget, please never forget, because the only way we'll get to relive these moments is through a memory lane, and that we will never have the time that we have now. That's why I always say, can we live in this moment? Can we just close our laptop, stop what we're doing, as much as some can't, but let us be here together. Let us be in this present moment. The only time you have is the present. The past is gone. The future knows itself. The only time you have, the only time you are in, the only time you exist is now. You don't exist in the past, you don't exist in the future. So the only time you have is now. Never forget now. That's all I'm asking. And have an amazing weekend from me to you. Always be present in the moment. Be full in everything that you do. Do everything with an intention. Never forget, guys. And the deep house space is not just about music. It's not just sound. It's an energy. It's a movement. It's definitely intention. Never forget the deep house space. Thank you.
And that is Euphonia Ndala. Okay, re kwala mic ya hao, Euphonia. I think she just, yeah, she shared it for all of us. Asanda, last remarks for today?
Yeah, I just wanted to just pause, like Yuffie has asked us to, and say, I'm so grateful that this space exists. Like, I'm just truly blown away that this space exists, and that there's such a loving community, and that you really get to have, a relationship with the producers and get to know them, and then also build relationships with each other. Like, how have I not come here before? How have I not come here before, really and truly? And I'm kicking myself because Timon, who's also here, who I mentioned earlier, they're also from the UK, and I've always seen like posts on your profile, Timon, but I've never gone, oh yeah, I should actually try to make it on a Friday. And I'm just so blessed that you asked me here today, and that I got to experience everything that we did in this space together, because I could not have imagined that an online forum on a Friday afternoon would be this wholesome and make me feel this connected. And just, that thing you said about it being an energy, that is 110. I found my people. Where have you been? I found my people. Do you understand? I cannot believe, especially with the two sisters in this call. Yeah, I could cry with how grateful I am that I've gotten to like experience this space with you. And I saw Sweet C Moody was here earlier. I was like, yo, C Moody's here. That was a funny moment. I didn't come off mute, but yeah, Napsoul, everything that you said about, just not rushing things and not perfecting things, and just going with the flow and putting things out there in however it is, whatever space you're in, just letting it go out there. Because I often have heard, I think I live by that thing myself, which is, when you have an idea in your head, just put it out there. Like, the more we kind of, prepare and plan, and, oh, when I do this, I can do that. When I move into town, I can finally put this thing out. But look at what we're on right now. I'm in Durban now, but when I go back home to the UK, I'm going to be here again in the same space. I really don't need anything other than a phone and Wi Fi, which thankfully lots of people are able to access. Thankfully, most people, hopefully. So that means, like, we're able to do this, the possibilities are really, really endless. And there's something so exciting happening with Deep House now. So SA Deep House, like, I've come to you guys, SA Deep House, like zoomed in and found SA Deep House, and then zooming out realized, oh crap, Deep House is new here. Like there was house coming over from like Louis Vega and those guys and Ad Jazz and my hometown, and that was influencing people. And I'm doing like a reverse engineering kind of, I'm reverse educating myself now. And it's so powerful and meaningful for me to be on this side and witnessing and experiencing all of the greats, all the greats, and then all the guys in Durban, like the local scene here. There's something so powerful about me being on this call right now in this moment, like with what I'm learning and what I'm soaking in, and all of the just feeling. I feel at home with people through the music. I feel at home, and then I felt that here today on this virtual call with you all. So thank you.
And that is the newest member of the Deep House Space, Asanda.
Please, yes, please. I'm gonna be here. I'm literally gonna be here. You're gonna see me now. You think you're getting rid of me? That's the most hilarious part. Yeah. Evil laugh.
Oh man, definitely never getting rid of you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving us your presence. We needed you too, definitely. Absolutely, absolutely. Kazi Zulu.
Firstly, to Napsoul, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We wish you the best as the Deep House Space, even on your journey as a DJ. I hope you enjoy it and you learn whatever you have to learn. It's been such a beautiful space today, from where we started with Slaga, then we went to AndileAndy, now ending it with Napsoul. I feel, we've been taken on a beautiful journey. I would like to wish everyone a happy, happy weekend, and we really appreciate you guys. These people are here every Friday without fail from 12 till we close. You guys mean the world to us, and thank you to everyone, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
So, Kazi Zulu, thank you so much for your time and your wonderful self on the Deep House Space. The Deep House Space definitely gives thanks. Last but not least, the DJ. From my end, I think everyone has said plenty. Everyone has said a lot. Thank you so much. Keep well. Stay blessed. We'll be here definitely again next week Friday. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm honored to be doing this thing with you every Friday, and we are still gonna be doing it. Keep safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful, please. Boga, please give us a last remark and play us the last song, and then we call it a day. Thank you so much.
Nah, it's been a wonderful one. It's been a wonderful, great session as always. How we always do it every Friday. Like we always say, man, we are the pre-party starter of everything. It's chai now. You can close the laptops. It's chai. We can all go make some coffee, make some tea. Drink water. And be great, man. But nevertheless, thank you to each and every artist who pulled up. Slaga, AndileAndy, and Napsoul. Yo, Nep, Ukraine, Jack.
I'm great, Machi. How about you?
I'm blessed. Sorry, man, I couldn't even take the mic, bro. I was a bit busy on the side. But yeah, man, hope you're good, man. And thank you, man, for blessing us with your presence as always, man. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for the great music, man. Blessing our ears as always. Man, we'll see you next time when you pull up again, man. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Have a good one.
Thank you, man. From my end, as per the DJ, thank you, man, to each and everyone, man. We'll keep on running the show until the little ones are here. Vox's little one, my little one, Gazi, Asanda, everyone, Euphonia. You never know, But yeah, man. We are out. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Like always, I always say it. Remember, whatever you're doing, it's a choice. From me, Boga the DJ, Vox, Kazi, Euphonia, Asanda, we are out. Signing off with a new one they'll be releasing next month by Droid 10. It's titled The Light. Idyllic Android Instrumental Mix. Enjoy. We are out.
Enter the underground where music's deep and the vibes are real. Your weekly dose of deep house is here. Let's get lost in the music. Hashtag the Deep House Space.
Shafiri, it's a word written from HH Records, and you are now tuned in to the Deep House Space.
What's up, beautiful people? This is C Moody, and you're at the place to be with the Deep House Space.
Hey, what's up? This is Natty Nice, and you are listening to the Deep House Space.
You're tuned into the Deep House Space. My name is Bongani Metomapu. The Deep House Space. Grace upon these platforms that expose the undiscovered. As we enter, we breathe fire from the other side. Conquer and divide. By our rules they will abide. House music is in control. Now turns the tide. In our house, we are one. Connected with the rhythm. My name is Bongani Mehlomakulu, and you're tuned into the Deep House Space.
And that's it. Let's do it again next week. Keep it safe, keep it cool. We are out. It's a Vox Valalap.